Another hat trick. That's 3 in a row. Never done before in MLS, where one team's had 3 in a row. Denis going over 20 goals. Another goal for Son and an assist. And to be down 1-0 and 2 goals in first half stoppage, and just the way that changes the game.
Yeah, scoring goals at opportune times is very important. Really takes the wins out of the sails of your opponent. The momentum that they were built was instantly, I think taken from them. Even though we were a goal down, I don't think we were the worst team. We continued on that path. I think Salt Lake did a great job of defending properly and sliding, and as long as they had enough energy, it was working. We couldn't play fast enough around their defensive block. But I think around the 35th minute that changed. I think they put a lot of energy into the first 35 minutes. And that last 10, 12, 13 minutes, whatever injury time was, I thought we increased the pressure immensely, and I think that was the difference. And it was kind of our message at halftime too, making sure we keep the tempo up, using fresh legs to score another or 2, as it turned out, and to eventually kill the game off. So I thought our game management was also good tonight. The only thing we accomplished was 3 points. And yes, I understand the individual accolades players get and deserve. Denis is an incredible attacker. Tonight we celebrated Carlos, another incredible attacker. Oh, and there's Sonny too. And it's incredible to have coached all 3 of those players and 2 of them now at the same time. And I can tell you that this team is locked in and focused to maximize our potential and whatever the rest of the season has in store for us. And we feel very good about ourselves at the moment. We're going to use every bit of confidence and momentum we have to finish the season out as strong as possible going into playoffs.
Steve, I know throughout your time here in MLS, you've always said big moments help push this league forward, and you guys being part of that is obviously a big deal for you. You're not one to typically reflect on the season, in the season, but you just mentioned it. It's a huge day. Carlos Vela's here. The stadium was packed. It was just super loud, louder than I've heard it in a long time. What did this moment feel like, and did it feel like one of those moments that kind of helps propel that forward, like you mentioned all the time?
Yeah, I think you put a lot of effort into building something. From my perspective on the technical side, it's coaching, it's the everyday training, it's trying to get results and build something that our fans are proud of. And it's not just the technical side, it's marketing, it's the business side, it's owners, it's management. So we're all building towards making something great for, first and foremost, the city of LA and our fans, and then furthermore, the league. And I think this club deserves and should celebrate moments like that, like we did tonight with Carlos, because it's a lot of hard work and dedication that gets put into it. And so taking a break to celebrate something or someone is very important, and I'm very, very happy to see Carlos celebrated tonight in this fashion. I think it was wonderful. And I always love seeing him. He puts a smile on my face for sure.
Steve here. It was referenced already with Denis going back to back with 20 goals. In this league or in any league, how big a task is that? Can you wrap your head around that? It's not something you hear too often.
No, I scored 6 goals in my own career, so I have no idea what that feels like. It took me 15 years to do that, which I'm very proud of. So I have no idea. It's a combination of technique, obviously. Denis understands how to finish plays. His physical attributes. He is extremely durable. He plays every game for his country, Gabon, and flies halfway across the planet, comes back, gets off the plane and plays for us, and does not want to be taken off the field. And then you throw in his competitiveness in training, in every game. He's always trying to score, always going. And without those attributes and those characteristics, I don't think it's achievable. But Denis has that, and if he's around for next season, I'm positive he's going to try again, and I'm fairly certain if he's with LAFC, he can do it again.
And for Denis and Sonny, you've scored the last 14 goals for the club, goal scorers in the last 5 games. Obviously, they're getting the job done. But do you need to see more varied attack, a little goal scorers coming from different places? Or are you, totally comfortable with what they're doing?
I guess a little bit of both. What it does when 2 attackers, sometimes we play with 2, sometimes we play with 3, when they are both prolific as they are, it gives the rest of the team energy. It gives their defensive work and their suffering purpose. And that is very important. If you are a defender, you will run gladly for whatever 100 minutes, however long we play, if your attackers are finishing plays like Denis and Sonny are finishing plays. And so I'm perfectly happy keeping this going, but I have no objections to see Timmy Tillman on the scoreboard or Marky Delgado. Jeremy tonight came in very well. We'll get him on the scoreboard soon, and when Nate gets back too. And our wingbacks are also allowed to score.
Coach, talk about the defense. 4 days ago, a lot more opportunities, it seemed like, Real Salt Lake was generating, especially in the first half, but also with the penalty and everything else. And then you come here to BMO, and it seems like you were able to quell many of those opportunities. What were you looking to take away from them, and how did that work out for you this match?
I think it was fine. I think even in the first half with their lead, they enjoyed some more possession, but nothing too dangerous. I think the adjustment from last game was just to understand their verticality and build-up play, and in the second phase, they're always looking for these vertical entry passes into a 9 or into a higher positioned midfielder, and trying to have quick combinations up the middle. I think we saw it in the second half in Salt Lake on Wednesday, and again tonight. I just think we were more prepared tonight than we were in the second half on Wednesday.
Hi, Coach. Derek with the Korea Daily. So my question would be very similar. So today's match also ended in a victory, but the flow of the game felt different from the previous one. So why do you think that was in general?
I'm glad it did. Otherwise, it'd be boring. So every game has its own story. When you play a team twice, it almost feels like there's 4 halves to one game. And if you look at the table too, Salt Lake needs to win. And they have to push. They need points. And we know that. Yes, we also want and need points, but we're in a much different position than they are. And I think putting the burden on them a little bit simplifies the match in a way, and the momentum, and also how it just plays out. And what we try to do here as coaches, we try to give our players tools, many tools, or a complete toolbox, and whatever the game provides them, they're able to solve that, and they will have the tools to solve those issues. And tonight, again, they were spacing behind. They had to work defensively a little harder, but our guys came up with the right solutions, and that's where my head's at. And frankly, how a game plays out, I'm not too concerned. And over a course of 15-year playing career and now a little over 10 years in coaching, I think we've seen it all. As long as you win, I think it's okay.
Last question for Steve. Go ahead.
Hi, Steve. What would you say are some of the intangibles that Son has brought to the team in the time that he's been here, and the impact that we're seeing in the 7 games that he's taken part?
2 very simple words. Well, 3, I guess. Intensity and quality. Those moments in any player are what makes the difference. And if you watch games at the highest level, every player in the field has intensity and quality together. And that combination is lethal, and Sonny brings exactly that to our team and to our league.